You all, and I thank Maheshwaraji and the management, the teachers and the students of Rashtrotthana Vidya Kendra for this opportunity, and it's a pleasure to be here and to address all of you on this day of Sankalpa Divas. So, and this is the first time I'm addressing a student gathering, and I feel honored to do this, because not so long ago I was also sitting among you. I mean, this was about 20 years ago, but still feels like just back in the days, and I'm Arvind Rongala, and what I've come here is not just to share my accomplishments, but to share a few things that I learned in my life, and I wish that I learned when I was at your age. So it is, there's certain things that I wish that if I learned, I could have probably done much better in what I was doing, and so I just wanted to take my time and address you all. So, and I want to congratulate you all that you have completed your 10th grade, and now you're all moving out into your respective lives and to your next years, where the very formative years of your life, and I would say that all of you are entering into a very interesting world, because the world where it's filled with technology, it's filled with it's filled with a lot of unknown things that are actually happening in today's world. I mean, just since last 2 years ago, there was no AI, and now we have AI. I'm sure everybody knows about ChatGPT. I don't know how many of you know about ChatGPT. Oh my God, that is amazing. So the way ChatGPT has come in, it has literally transformed the way we look at the future, right? And I think it is a blessing, and it is also a problem. For people who don't know how to use technology and how you do, I mean, you are going to fall back. So it's very important that you start knowing how to start learning technology, being there, trying to excel yourself in doing that. And I would say that your 15 to 20 your age of 15 to 20 is a very important age, and it plays a significant role in the way you are going to, because these are your formative years. So you're forming a lot of thoughts, a lot of inputs. You're taking in a lot of, you're trying to see what is right, what is wrong at this point in time, not knowing what is right, what is wrong. So you're trying to figure things out, because these 5 years, your next 5 years is going to define how your 20s to 30s are going to be, right? And your 20s and how you define your 20s and 30s is going to be your next 30s and 40s. So it is very important that you, you define your 15 to 20 years very well. So the way I look at it is that in the age 15 to 20, you're, like I said, you're in the figuring out stage. You're trying to understand, which way to go forward, which channel to take, whether to take law, whether to take science, whether to take sports, whether to take, become a doctor. But what I believe is in the next 20 to 30 years, when your age is about 20 to 30, you are not only gaining knowledge, but you're also gaining experience. So you're still trying to stabilize yourself, right? And when you're aged about 30 to 40, you're trying to put your experience and try to do something about it, right? You're just about, you learned something, you want to you want to put your thoughts into a particular in a particular channel, and I think that's when between 30 to 40 years of your life is going to look like. When you're about 40 to 50, you'll start establishing yourself as someone in the society, as as someone who is learned in your space. And 50 to 60 years is when you'll actually scale your your life, and I feel that is how I look at all of you trying to shape your lives. So if I'm trying to, this will fit well, because I'm talking to young leaders here tomorrow. You may be representing in various walks of life. So I'm trying to see how your lives are going to be in the next future, and how I'm just trying to say that this is how you will be able to, go about in your life. So, but the way we are progressing with our life, there are a lot of, literally all of you become products to a lot of technology companies. All our time, right? The more we spend time on technology, you're the product. I mean, essentially, every one of you is a product here to those technology companies. You spend more time on Google, you spend more time on Netflix, you spend more time on your games. You guys are the products, right, for them. So they want more of your time, more of your energy spent on those technologies. For example, I'll give you an interesting analogy here. What is the biggest competitor for Netflix? I'm sure all of you know Netflix, but what is the biggest competitor to Netflix? What is that? Amazon Prime. What next? Hotstar. What else? So if I tell you something, I mean, it's neither Hotstar, neither Amazon Prime, neither any other platform or their OTT platform. The Netflix CEO says that the biggest competitor to Netflix is your sleep. That means the more you sleep, the less you will watch Netflix. So the biggest competitor is sleep, so they want you to stay up all night, so you watch more Netflix, right? So it is in their interest that you don't sleep at all and watch more of it and consume more. So similarly, now you will be able to probably get, what is the competition for Swiggy? Hunger is everybody's, of course. What do you think is the competition to Swiggy? Mothers cooking at home, right? So what does Swiggy want to do? They don't want mothers to cook at home. So they will make sure, they will put ads in such a way that mothers cook less and you order more. Correct? They will make sure that you always are looking for outside food. So, and to connect to that, you all play games, right? So what is the biggest competitor for all the gaming apps that you guys use? What is that? So the biggest competitor is you guys actually going on the field and playing. Correct? They don't want you to go out and play. Right? So the more you spending time on those games, the more money they make. So they want to make sure that you sit at home, you lock your doors, and you put on your VR set or you put on your gaming consoles and you play all your life. That's what they want, right? So there's nobody to tell you what is right, what is wrong here. They just want you to play games all throughout. So you are the product. Your time is the product for them. So once you realize this, that you are the product, you can start shaping your life in a different way, right? So one needs to, interestingly, I want to share something about TikTok. The government has banned TikTok in India for a very good reason. And it is, China as a country, they developed TikTok. A company in China developed TikTok, but it is pushed by the Chinese government throughout the world, right? So what they push throughout the world is, people making dance videos, people making fun of each other, right? Half the time, your time, productive time is going in consuming or creating such videos, right? Just imagine each one of you do the same thing, right? Take this school, take a city, take a state, take a country. I mean, imagine the entire crowd, the entire population just making videos, making reels, so you're constantly consumed in making these videos. So it's a big national loss, for any country. So which is why India banned it, right? But if you look at China has not banned its own TikTok. You know why? Because in China, they show videos, the kind of videos that they show to their population is all those kind of videos that actually help them how to develop yourself, how to build a product, how to do something productive, how to grow in life. Those are the kind of videos are being shown to people in China. But whereas China is showing to other countries, how to waste your time by watching stupid reels, so that you're all consumed by it. So that country is growing, the rest of the other countries are slowing down because the population is busy flipping their fingers up and down, trying to see what is the next reel, laugh. I mean, you want instant dopamine effect, it's called. Dopamine effect is an effect in your mind. When you watch something instantly, there is a satisfaction, right? And that is called dopamine effect. So we are all wanting towards going for a quick dopamine effect. So it's a chemical that is released in your mind. So we're all looking for that kind of a, excitement. So we need to really watch out whether dopamine is really needed or living real life is needed here. So it's very important that we pay finer attention to the reason why certain things are in front of us, right? So I would like to also tell you 11 things that I wish I learned in my life when I was at your ages, and I hope there is something that you guys will carry forward from this meeting. One thing that I heartfully will say is, don't focus just on studies, right? I suddenly got a lot of attention from this statement. Don't focus a lot on studies. What I mean by that is, getting marks is one thing, right? And marks is not the end of life. Sooner or later, when you're probably 10 years later, you will realize that it didn't really matter how much marks I got, right? So because marks is for studying is for marks. But you have something called learning, right? Learning is for yourself. You are doing it for yourself, and I want you all to make learning a habit, making sure that you learn things throughout your life. So that is something that I wish I learned back in the days and not take it so seriously, right? But it is important. I mean, you have certain milestones like your exams and all of that, you have to clear it. That is great. But learning the subject in a way that you can actually apply it in real life is even more important, in my opinion. And what really learning also does is expand your thinking and capabilities and all of that. So it's very important that you guys take that up seriously. And one thing that I believe that you all should do is learning skills versus trying to get to a degree. I mean, degrees are not that important. even that you'll realize companies like Google, Microsoft, Apple, they've said, even if you have studied in Harvard or Stanford or MIT or IIT or whatever, for us it really doesn't matter unless you're good at a skill. That means skill, you need to be very good at what you're doing, and then they will start listening to you. If you apply for a job to Apple or to all of these, they look at how good you are at certain something, not about what degree you carry. So what if you carry an IIT but you're not good at something, right? You may be good at passing an IIT exam, but you may be really bad at doing a lot of other things. So, but if you're really good at a skill, like coding is a skill, right? Your presentation is a skill, like how you present something, how you're able to communicate. Communication is a skill. So that is more important than having your degree. So I strongly suggest that you focus on skilling yourself than accumulating degrees. I mean, you may have 2-3 PhDs, 2-3 masters, but you need to really know that. But if you're not good at something, there is no point having these degrees, right? So you really need to focus on your skill. And the third thing is, make sure that you make sports a habit. Playing sports not for the fun of it. I would want you to take it seriously, because sports makes your mind fit, makes when your mind is fit, automatically your body is fit. And I'm glad that at least in my younger days I did a lot of sports, and I represented nationals under 16 for my high jump, and I came second, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to continue. But nonetheless, I was very good at other sports as well, like football, cricket, badminton, TT. I was very good at all of these. So this, that feeling that that you have back of your mind that you're good at something, is a very good feeling to have, and it's very important that you guys take that forward. So, and you always know you're always good at something, right? So that feeling is very good. It always you can always go back in life and say that yes, I was good at something. And like I was mentioning, my fourth point is, be very good at marketing. Like, I want you to learn the concepts of marketing. It's very important that you guys focus on concepts of marketing. That can only happen when you are able to, of course at home I'm sure you guys try to market yourself in different ways to get your things done. You market a lot of your, you want to go somewhere, you will sell yourself to your parents, saying that, what, I want to go here, provided, what do you say, you try negotiate your way through, you market yourself, but make it a habit in life as well, because that will take you a long way, and you will know exactly how to position yourself well. So that is something that I would say that is very important. And the fifth thing that I would say is, build a good network of friends from now. It is going to pay you off when you are older, right? So have a good set of friends, good network of friends. Make sure all of you are all connected even after your school, because all of you are going to be in some place or the other in your future. And tomorrow when you are building your companies, your organizations, your startups, it will be helpful that some of you will be useful, and having that network becomes a very important factor when you grow up. And your strength in your society is when you have a good network of friends and friends and your the connects that you make in your future. So invest your time. I say invest because you really need to pay attention to it, and that will take you a long way in your life. And also, while you're making your connects, be watchful of people who are actually trying to pull you down. Leave them behind, but people who can actually positively add value to you, connect with them, make so that they also grow along with you, right? And one thing that the 9th point I would say is, when you are younger, try spend as much time learning from an older person, right? If you just hang out with your friends throughout your 15 to 25 years of your life, you're not learning much, because you're learning only what your next person knows. Your next person doesn't know much about life, and he knows as much as you all know, correct? But if you spend time with an older person, 25 to 45, 55, in learning something, you will start accelerating your learning process much faster, right? You will be able to understand concepts of life much faster. And it's very, very important that you start spending time with older people when you're young. And when you're much older, spend time with younger people. So you'll learn a lot more from younger people also, right? So this is a continuous cycle that you can, and with life becomes more livelier, you will start enjoying life that way. And the 10th point I would say is, learn about money, the concept of money, right? Money, as all we know, is just to spend on things to buy, correct? Your products, your food from Swiggy, Amazon, or things like that. But that is what we are exposed to when we are young, correct? But there's a whole lot of financial knowledge about money that you should start acquiring from now itself, because you are going to be dealing with the concept of money throughout your life. So it's important that you pick up the right concepts right now. Start reading, newspapers like Economic Times, the Financial Times, so that, these are things that start doing it now. So then in the next 10 years, it might sound, very random, you don't know, but every time you look up a particular concept, right? You can go back to, actually, you should use ChatGPT for this. Take a concept that you learn in the newspaper and ask ChatGPT, explain this to me like a 15-year-old person, or a 10th standard person. It will simplify the entire complex topic into a very simplified way for you to understand. Ask examples of that particular concept. It will give you what is budgeting, for example. How to invest. I have 10,000 rupees. Where can I invest? Right? Ask ChatGPT. Get some reference points from it. So it's important that you learn how the world is actually wants you to learn. Otherwise, you're just exposed to just spending money on movie tickets. You're just consuming things, but you're not doing anything with it. Correct? The more you understand about it, the more you'll be able to flex your thoughts on how to invest, how to budget, where are the markets in different markets. Should I start investing in the market also today? Put 1,000 rupees. I'm sure your parents you'll agree with it. Put 5,000 rupees. Learn the concepts here, because you are investing that 5,000 in learning something, right? And even if you lose, it's okay, if you're gaining experience. And it's not much, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees won't change your lifestyle or change your anything, right? But what you're going to get out of it is immense knowledge. So it's, make sure that that you try to learn. And most of all, I would say, to cover this up, make sure you're all as you grow, make sure you're all a family person. I would say that there's a reason why I'm saying that you should all, more and more, right now things are becoming more nuclear. People are becoming a lot more closed, smaller families, and not connected with each other. I would say become a more family-oriented person, because family becomes your source of strength. And if you look at any successful business or any successful, successful businessmen, business people out there, they all have a strong family background. So that's what makes them successful. So invest in, start thinking about it. I'm not saying that you need to do anything about it right now, but these are things that you will start carrying forward in a very, small starting points. These are that will shape you in becoming something in the future. Yeah, because family is a source of strength. Family gives you emotional strength. Family gives you a certain level of protection, and also makes you a very holistic person. So it's important that that you take family forward, and that is an important thing. And one of my last points, I would say, the 11th point, is have successful people as your reference. Make sure you have the right kind of people as your reference points. For me personally, people like Dhirubhai Ambani is a person that I look up to, because if you see, Dhirubhai Ambani started as a clerk, correct? I mean, back in 1930s and 40s, there was no education as such, right? But he had the mindset to try figure something out. He was fearless. He wanted to. This is Mukesh Ambani's father. So he was starting from a clerk to where Reliance is right now is a commendable projection, right, for anybody. And if a person who's a clerk can do it, I'm sure people who have education should also be able to do it. So it's very important to have the right kind of reference. And I also like Narayan Murthy for one reason, that back in the days in 1980s and 90s, when there was no IT and technology at all in this country, the government also didn't know anything about what IT was to even support such companies. They were able to shape a company like Infosys. And him also, he didn't have money to set it up, but Adani ji as well. I had the chance to personally meet him. In the last 1 year, I've met him thrice. So personally, I've sat with him, and it was I had a very interesting conversation with him. And when I sat with him, he's like, I want to encourage young entrepreneurs like you, so it's nice to have someone talk to me, and we're able to connect in that manner, and so I would say that I'm totally bowled over by a person like him. He also stopped going to college midway because he had to work, and he worked as some diamond, something to do with diamond, sorting diamonds in Gujarat, and so from there, because of that, again, fearlessness to do something in life actually got him to where he is right now. So that is what I would want you all to also carry that forward in life, and it's very, very important. And so last but not the least, to sum it up, I would say, keep culture to your core. Don't make it your whole. Keep it to your core. Correct? And build yourself around that culture. So whether it is a particular skill, whether it is a particular technology, whether it is a particular something, this is your core. Build layers around it. The more layers that you have, the stronger that you will be, at a later point in life. So add layers of knowledge, of whatever I've just spoken, multiple layers. But keep culture to your core. That is the critical aspect. Because if you make culture your whole, there's nothing more to add to it. Because in today's world, you need to add multiple layers. You need to survive. You need to make it big. So you need to know a lot of things in life to actually, because like I was telling Maheshwaraji that today we are only consuming what the Western countries are producing, correct? Whether it is technology, your clothes, your content, your movies, whatever you're watching, you're consuming only. We are not producing anything to the outside world. So that has started right now, but for us to export things, we have a long way to go, but it starts from people like you tomorrow. You're the future. So for you to understand, because you can only produce something for the Western world only if you understand them well. If you don't understand them, you won't be able to produce anything here. So which is why I'm saying that don't make culture your whole. Make it your core, add layers so that you can actually grow in life. And don't forget to respect yourself, very important. And ensure that you're building yourself through and through. You can only build yourself when you can respect yourself. So make sure that when you respect yourself, you'll respect the person sitting next to you, and the person sitting behind you, your family, your everything around you shapes up in a very different way, in a very positive way. When you respect yourself, you not only respect your teachers, your gurus, and the country itself, right? So and remember that the stronger your thought is, the stronger you will rise. And I will want to conclude with this one last statement. The stronger your thought, the stronger you will rise, and make sure that you make that your motto. And I hope I was able to instill few things in you all. And with this, I would like to say a big thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I thank Rashtrotthana Vidya Kendra for having me here. Thank you so much.
Please stand in your place. The lamps will be handed over to you. Hold it carefully. And say I. After that, you have to take your name and your parents' name. Okay? Are we all ready? Take your name and your parents' name. Yes? Solemnly pledge on this occasion of completion of my secondary school studies that I shall be ever grateful to my parents, to my school, teachers and staff of Rashtrotthana Vidya Kendra for molding and caring me as a good, responsible student. I shall uphold the values imbibed in me by my parents and teachers. I shall translate them into action to build a strong, vigilant and prosperous nation with the knowledge I acquired. I shall always place my nation first, then the family, and last to myself in any endeavor I pursue in my life. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Vande Mataram.
Our responsibilities to our brothers and sisters to uphold and cherish this value and carry forward this light of knowledge.
ಕನಕ ಬಯಕೆ ಸಲ್ಲದೆ strong bonding with RVK has been all with the contribution and the roots set in by the school and the complete Rashtrotthana family. So, though I say it's 13 years, I still remember it's like yesterday, where most of you started the school in the Montessori, and I could see many faces trying to leave their parents and to be in the school. But now the day has come, which is vice versa, where most of you might find it difficult to leave the school or the close friends and the teachers and to be partying through your college. But being said that, still you are part of the Rashtrotthana family, and the reason why you might feel sad is mostly because of the passion and the bonding that the Rashtrotthana staff has helped in creating with each other and the contribution they have been doing. So, Rashtrotthana has taught you a lot of values. I think all the 10th standard students, whoever were here right now on the stage giving the speech, did clarify the knowledge, what they have gained and the cultural values. So thanks to RVK staff for instilling the cultural values, discipline and helping each individual to be a better youth for tomorrow. Without stealing much of your time, I would just like you students to make a request to follow all the RVK principles, the basic foundational principles, whichever have been taught to you, even after your school. And on this note, I would like to again thank the staff, the teachers who have taken a lot of efforts to thrive and build up a better tomorrow for you all. Thank you once again and wish you all a very good day.
I'm thankful to RVK Institute for giving me such an opportunity to address this the great gathering of Sankalpa Divas. If I have to tell about RVK, one thing first I would like to thank them for giving admission to my son at 5th standard. Why I tell this is, like many of my friends across Bangalore keep saying me, oh, you got an admission in RVK. Yes, because this is one such school where it is a combination of academics and extracurricular activities, including sports and many more things, which is combined with Indian values, right? That's like Indian traditional and Indian legacy. It's combination of our culture, right? So we are blessed to get an admission here. Overall, sitting here, they must be blessed and they are thankful. Should be thankful to the institute for getting an opportunity here. And this is one school which I would like to say this doesn't require any advertisement, right? The great product which has produced such a great products over a period of time doesn't require any advertisements. Like many schools and institutes we have seen they advertise a lot to get the admissions. This is one institute I have seen across Bangalore which doesn't require any type of advertisements because they produce good cultured students regularly, right? With all their curricular activities and all. And finally, I would like to thank the management and the institute for giving an opportunity for us to study over here, and the kids are crossing their first phase, which is Pehla Padao we say. So congratulations and all the best to them. Thank you very much.